Okay, it is officially time for Vanity's 24-hour fast that will be commencing tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, a couple of disclaimers. I am not a doctor. I'm not a medical professional. I'm especially not your doctor. So, if you have never fasted before, join at your own risk. I always recommend consulting a medical healthcare professional before you try anything new or risky. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, for everybody else that will be joining or has fasted before, we're only doing 24 hours because it's been a struggle for me to really get into the spirit of fasting since being on a GLP-1, but I refuse to remove it from my lifestyle. I just want to know how to do it successfully and safely without passing out. Did I just say safely? You know what I meant. Safely. I want to be able to do it safely without passing out. Okay, so this 24-hour fast is supposed to be a test run for those of us that's been struggling a little bit on our GLP-1s, struggling, going through a little bit of a stall, okay? Or if you just need a break from food, you need to give your digestive system a little break, 24 hours is plenty of time, all right? So, like I said, we will be starting at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, but I should also mention, if that time for some reason does not work for you, no problem. Go ahead and start earlier or later, but the goal is 24 hours. If you want to go a little bit longer, that's fine, no problem. But the objective is to go from 6 p.m. on Friday to 6 p.m. on Saturday. And we now have access to communities on YouTube. If you're on a mobile device, you can go to my channel and select visit community, and you can now make your own post. If you've seen my channel before and you've seen that I use my community tab often to give you guys updates on upcoming streams or what's going on with my weight loss, you can now too share your own updates. So don't be shy. Go to visit community and definitely tap in. So for this 24 hours, I will be doing a lot of complaining. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be a little bit of a struggle. Before I started on the GLP-1, I was able to fast for up to 72 hours with no problem. But now that I have very tight blood sugar control on Zepbound, it's a struggle to go without eating, okay? Even though you don't have an appetite to eat, or I should say I don't have an appetite to eat, you still get the effects of having low blood sugar from not eating. So you constantly kind of want to keep on top of your calorie intake and your macronutrients. But there are so many other benefits from fasting. If you haven't seen it already, definitely check out my last live stream where we covered an interview with Dr. Jason Fung, where he talked about the benefits of fasting, such as autophagy, attacking that loose skin. Okay, we got to get this under control. I still have 60 pounds to lose, and we can't just be allowing this loose skin to just do what it want to do. All right, we're gonna get into some fasting so that our body can naturally attack some of this protein. Okay, not muscle, but attack some of the protein. So for this fast, it is a water fast, okay? It is not a fat fast, as I like to call some of the other fasts where you add butter to your coffee or you add a little MCT oil to this and that. No. We are not doing a fat fast. We are doing a water fast. However, there is a caveat. If to get through the fast, you need some coffee or tea, unsweetened, that is perfectly fine. Yes, those are not water items, but they are made from water. They're made with water and it should be fine. Like it should not break your fast at all to have black coffee or tea that is unsweetened, but I definitely recommend sticking as closely to water only as possible. There is no bone broth on this fast. I know, but there is no bone broth. There is nothing with calories on this fast, okay? It is a 0 calorie period where you're just gonna chill, okay? If you gotta put the animals out the house, if you gotta kick your husband out the house, if you gotta send your wife shopping, and if you gotta kick the kids out, okay? Kick everybody out the house and make sure you have a nice, comfortable space so you can relax, you can chill. We're also not going to be exercising, okay? If you want to go for a walk, if you want to do some stretching, if you want to do something very, very low impact, you can do that. Just know it may cause your appetite to increase a bit, which may make it a bit more difficult. But For the most part, no exercise, no weightlifting, no running, no high intensity, anything. Okay. So we've covered water, tea, and coffee. We've covered no exercise. We've covered kicking your dogs and your kids and your husband and your wife out to make sure you have a nice clear space to relax. Okay. Or make them fast with you. Not the kids, but make your partner fast with you. All right. Don't just trick them into doing it. All right. And we've covered the start time, 6 p.m. Any questions? And again, if you're wondering why anybody would need to fast on a GLP-1, go ahead and watch the video that I just covered with Dr. Jason Fung, because he goes into some additional wonderful benefits that you get from fasting. All right, there's your starter pack. There's your guide. If you have any questions, definitely leave a comment. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe, because your notifications are going to be very, very important over the next few days. I will be on this mug crying. I will be on this mug complaining. And some of the content will be moved to members only. So if you haven't already, consider joining and becoming a member to support the channel. And I will see you all at the start of our fast. Bye.